Have you ever paused just for a moment and wondered whether your birth month carries a deeper meaning, not in a horoscope way, but in an ancient human way, a symbolic message woven into the season you entered, the cultural myths tied to your month, and the rhythms the world was pulsing with the moment you arrived? To ancient civilizations, from Babylon to Greece, from Egypt to the early astronomers of the Mediterranean, the month of your birth wasn't a trivial detail. It was seen as the opening chapter of your personal story, a cosmic timestamp, a symbolic signature, a clue to the kind of energy, temperament, and life themes you might embody. So what if your birth month isn't random at all? What if, buried beneath centuries of myth, seasonal wisdom, and archetypal storytelling, there's a key to understanding yourself on a deeper level? In this video, we're going to explore the ancient meanings tied to each birth month, rooted in historical zodiac traditions, seasonal symbolism, and the old belief that nature marks us with the energy of the moment we enter the world. Not to predict your future, not to define you, but to offer a symbolic lens into your emotional patterns, your tendencies, and the recurring stories that show up in your life. By the end, you'll understand the deeper archetype tied to your birth month, one that existed long before modern astrology, and one that may reveal themes you've always felt but never had words for. Why keep watching? Because when you understand the symbolic meaning behind your birth month, you gain language for your inner world, your motivations, your challenges, your emotional habits, your calling, your gifts. You'll see why certain patterns repeat, why certain roles feel natural, and why you're drawn to specific relationships, careers, creative pursuits, and even inner battles. This isn't about boxes, it's about illumination. If you're someone who loves depth, meaning self-reflection or ancient wisdom, then this journey is going to speak directly to you. Ready? Let's uncover the symbolic blueprint hidden in your birth month. Long before the zodiac became daily horoscopes, ancient civilizations used the stars as a calendar, mapping the year through seasonal shifts, agricultural cycles, and the rhythms of light and darkness. Every month represented a symbolic chapter of the year: times of planting, times of blooming, times of harvest, times of reflection, times of renewal. Your birth month wasn't predicting your fate. It was describing the energetic environment you were born into. For example, being born in winter meant entering a world of introspection, quiet, and survival. Being born in spring meant stepping into rebirth, growth, and awakening. Summer births aligned with abundance, vitality, and outward expression. Autumn births arrived during reflection, harvest, and transformation. These seasonal moods shaped how ancient astrologers interpreted personality and destiny, and they show up surprisingly across cultures. Let's walk through the months together as we do. Remember, these aren't boxes, they're more like mirrors. See what reflects back at you. Winter births: depth, wisdom, endurance. January: the sage, the elder. If you were born in January, you probably carry an old soul energy. You're quiet, reflective, grounded, a little bit like winter itself. People may tell you that you've always seemed mature. Even when you were young, the January archetype is the sage or elder, the one who thinks before acting, who observes before reacting. You hold depth, you hold wisdom, but don't let that wisdom isolate you. Invite play back into your stillness. February: the visionary, the revolutionary. If February is your month, your mind doesn't like to sit still. You see patterns and possibilities other people miss. You question the norm. You innovate. You dream beyond the present moment. This aligns you with the visionary, or in ancient symbolism, the revolutionary. You want to change things. You want to improve them. But the real magic happens when you ground those ideas into something tangible. Anchor your brilliance and it becomes unstoppable. Spring births: awakening, action, new life. March: the reborn, the awakener. March is a transitional month, winter dissolving, spring awakening. If this is your month, you probably feel that duality inside yourself. You're sensitive, intuitive, emotional, but also resilient and capable of profound transformation. You are the reborn, the awakener, a soul who evolves again and again. Your journey is learning boundaries. Your gift is emotional depth. You feel the world changing, and you change with it. April, the warrior, the initiator. Born in April, you've got fire in your spirit. You move fast, you act boldly, you lead without meaning to. The April archetype is the warrior, the initiator, the one who doesn't wait to be told what to do. You set things in motion. Your work isn't about dimming that fire, it's about directing it with intention, not impulse. With leadership, not burnout. May, the builder, lover of simplicity. May-born individuals are grounded, sensory, and deeply connected to the physical world. You appreciate beauty, comfort, and stability in a way that's almost sacred. You're the builder, the lover of simplicity. You create harmony, you slow things down, you remind the world to breathe. Just be careful not to cling to comfort so tightly that growth feels like a threat. You can change beautifully without losing your grounding. Summer births, emotion, expression, expansion. June, the seeker, the mediator. June brings curiosity and movement. If this is your month, you likely love exploring ideas, cultures, or emotions. You shift quickly, adapt easily, and rarely stay in one mental place for long. You're the seeker, and also the mediator, the one who can read a room and balance energies. Your challenge, staying anchored. Your gift, seeing the world with open eyes. July, the protector, the nurturer. Born in July, you probably feel everything. Deeply. You're loyal, intuitive, and nurturing in a way that makes people feel safe around you. Your archetype is the protector, the nurturer. But here's the important part. You must learn to care for yourself with the same devotion you give to others. Your heart is powerful, but even powerful hearts need rest. August, the sovereign, the leader. August is peak summer, bright, bold, confident. If you were born under this sun-soaked month, you likely embody warmth and natural leadership. You are the sovereign, the leader, the one who steps into the spotlight without forcing it. Your power is undeniable. But your greatest strength is compassion. Lead not just with presence, but with heart. Autumn births, reflection, mastery, transformation. September, the analyst, the perfectionist. September births tend to be detail-oriented, thoughtful, and meticulous. You notice what others overlook. You refine, polish, and elevate everything you touch. You're the analyst and sometimes the perfectionist. Your mind is sharp, your standards are high, but perfection isn't peace. Let good enough liberate you when needed. October, the diplomat, the artist. If October is your month, you crave harmony within yourself, your environment, and your relationships. You see beauty where others see chaos. You are the diplomat, the artist. You build bridges, you smooth edges. But harmony isn't the absence of conflict. It's the presence of honesty. Your voice matters. Let your truth be heard. November, the alchemist, the transformer. November-born souls carry depth. You feel intensely, sense hidden meanings, and transform through experiences others might avoid. You embody the alchemist, the transformer, the one who walks through darkness and emerges wiser. You are not afraid of the shadow. You know rebirth begins with release. Trust your inner cycles. They're part of your magic. December, the sage, the visionary. December blends endings with beginnings, and you carry both energies inside you. You're wise, hopeful, philosophical, and often hilarious in the way only an old soul can be. Your archetype is the sage, the visionary. You dream big, but you also guide others. Just remember, visions need grounding. Let your insights become actions. So what does all this really mean? Your birth month isn't a destiny, it's a rhythm, a symbolic imprint, a starting point. It gives you new language for your inner world, your gifts, your patterns, your emotional style. It helps you understand yourself not through labels but through story. And once you see your story clearly, you can rewrite it, realign it, or embrace it fully. Now tell me in the comments, what month were you born in, and what part of your archetype felt the most true? If this resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who loves meaning and self-discovery. Remember, you're not just living a life, you're living a legend. And it begins with knowing yourself. Awaken, ascend, become,